Hello, and welcome to my third attempt at filming my recording for the 1500 total level skiller that I had recently completed. One of my main goals was to get 1500 on a level 3 skiller. So as you can see, I'm showing my stats right now. Ooh, AFK. Very interesting. Interesting skiller name. But just wanted to show my skills. And I also wanted to... Oh, wow. Thank you very much, AFK. In general, I wanted to show you just the skills that I leveled up, and as well as like collection logs, things like that. I do want to get started because the problem is the length of time it takes to explain these do take a little bit. But in general, I wanted to show each fletching, so each cape that I received in order. So the first cape that I received was the fletching cape. It was something that I got just doing mithril darts for the most part and amethyst arrows, which I was getting decent experience for both, as well as losing very little money. The longest grind was definitely at the end, where I was just doing a lot of combination like dragon bolts and the highest longbow, which was magic longbow. I was definitely getting well over 200k an hour, and it was a relatively quick 99. Is Guardians of the best rune crafting? Not XP wise, but it's still not that great. Don't have any good rune crafting techniques that get me more than 35k an hour. It's just a slow skill. The next one I wanted to review is fire making. It's probably one of my favorite capes because it reminds me of my old account. Shout out to Boom Skill. It was one of my old RuneScape account before old school RuneScape. And it was a pretty easy 99. I strongly recommend, if you haven't gotten it already, to get the Winter Tot setup, because it is really a good mini game, a good boss, and you do get good rewards. I was averaging above 300k XP an hour, and I was also getting great rewards. Yeah, I didn't even want to get... Anyway, so here, yeah, cooking, definitely one of the easiest 99s in the sense that I didn't have to think too much. You could AFK it by cooking the best fish that you could and making profits still. But what I was doing was the wines generally, which you don't lose a lot of money, but you're still getting above 400k an hour. And of course, the what were the other fish that I was getting? In general, near the end, I was getting the Karam ones. I was trying to one tick Karam ones, and that was very good XP. After that, I noticed that my skiller was definitely growing in popularity, or in terms of just like what I wanted to do. Ooh, man, these guys are very nice skillers. And I ended up getting the farming cape because I was already in the 80s for this. So I ended up getting the farming cape, and I strongly recommend going for this as soon as you can. Once you start incorporating herb runs in general into your day-to-day life, you could make a huge profit while still making a lot of money farming. So I did a lot of like tree runs in general. I did try Tithe Farm, and I ended up getting the herb sack from that, which I'll explain later. But generally just did the main tree patches that I had access to. After that, I got 99 smithing. I did that using pretty much the main method, which was making the best plate bodies. Now, along the way to getting that level to do those, I was definitely using the dart method, smithing myth or addy darts for AFK and also profit. You did need to complete a quest for that, though. I believe it was the tourist trap. But after I hit the addy plate bodies, I started making those, selling for a profit, and then eventually moving on to the rune items, which sell for a profit. Shout out to World 308 as well, because they helped me a lot with... Oh, I just accidentally teleported. It's okay. Poor guy. Which was first? I didn't even see what he was saying. I'm so sorry. But the crafting cape, I forgot that it was an automatic teleport. I wanted to get it mainly for the movement around RuneScape. Once I got the farming cape, I was like, I should probably get an even better teleport. And I'm trying to remember what I did. A lot of it was just the green D hide bodies. Like, in general, the dragon hide bodies were very helpful. So I was able to get through those pretty quick. And you sell for a profit. So as soon as you do Dragonhide bodies, it is a lot of money to start off with, which is also why I ended up getting a Herblore cape. Because at that point, I did buy a few, not a few, maybe 2 bonds, as well as, just grinding money making methods with Hunter and fishing and other methods. And I was able to get about 60 or 70 mil amassed. And with that, I used the Grand Exchange basically to buy and sell potions. Now, the secret was I did combat potions for Herblore, and that was a pretty quick method. I think I was getting 200 plus K an hour while still not losing any money or breaking even. So I definitely recommend if anyone's trying to get it. I don't know how the prices are now, but man, this cape is so cool. I love it. In fact, I'm just gonna keep wearing it. It's one of my favorite capes, if not my favorite cape. The last 3 capes I got, they were a little bit more in tandem. At this point, I was like 1250 total, and I wanted to go for that 1500 push. So I ended up making fishing and hunter kind of like a tandem skill to level up. I did methods like Tempo Ross, which I'll show the kill count, and I also just fly fished outside of the farming guild. It was decent hours. I think I was getting like 90k XP an hour in Tempo Ross and maybe like 60k XP an hour like AFKing. So it wasn't too bad. Hunter was also interesting. I did a lot of herbivore, and I ended up getting the pet, which I'll show. I did get 2 pets on my grinds. I got the herbivore pet and the beaver pet. And with herbivore, I did the majority of it to 80 to 99. I also did a ton of birdhouse runs, recommending to do birdhouse runs, especially those earlier levels to get to herbivore. So definitely cool cape, cool teleports. The last one I got was 99 thieving, and I did this doing the majority of it was actually with Pyramid Plunder. I also did Ardoin Knights for a little bit. Shout out to those worlds where we had splashing knights. But in general, Pyramid Plunder was introduced to me, and I was hitting over 200k an hour consistently. It was a quick 99. I didn't realize how good it was. And those are all the 99s that I have. Now, for the other skills, I'll go in order like here. Like, rune crafting is my least favorite skill, and I did explain to the guy earlier about Guardians of the Rift. I wasn't getting great XP. I think I was maxing at about 33k XP an hour, even with the pouches. And there's probably faster methods, but I just couldn't be, helped to continue doing that. I just wasn't doing that great at the mini game, and it's my least favorite mini game. I have tried most of the bosses mini games that were available to me. The other one was just lava rune crafting, which isn't fast, so I'm hitting 30k XP an hour, and it's just not fun. I don't know when I'll do bloods, but it's not really in my near future. I mean, eventually I'll get 77, but I doubt I'll get it any higher unless I'm trying to max the account. 97 construction. I did end up getting 97 construction. It was my last skill to get before my 1500 total. But honestly, as good as it is, I don't think that it's that important to get for my account. That's why I didn't get 99. It is just a big money sink for me. But I know for late game content, I'll need those teleports when I start increasing my visits to things like Relica and I start doing maybe bossing. It would be more useful. So for now, I just got a 97. Agility is my second least favorite skill. I don't hate it. I just know that every other method has faster methods that are just slightly more interesting anyway. So Relica Rooftop is my main source of XP right now. I was doing it since 75. Before that you would do Sears, and even before that you would do Falador, etc. So there's really not a lot. Do not do Polinovich. That's something I'd recommend. It was not a fun skill to do in general. And then Slayer. Yeah, so Slayer, everybody asked me about Slayer. How did you get the Slayer XP up? Most people know the answer, and there really isn't an alternative. It's more so the different ways you can get lamps. So the main way to do it is lamps. There really isn't another way. You could, for example, complete the Varrock Museum mini quest to get the level 9. But even after that, just doing lamps from random events isn't enough. There are many other ways to do it. For example, I was doing the Varrock Museum dig site area, cleaning the finds. That was a good area. You're getting 2 to 3k XP an hour. And also from Herbivore, I got a ton of unidentified fossils in order to complete into the Varrock Museum. So I was able to get the majority of, I'd say, at least 20k XP from that. And I also had a few of the achievement diaries completed for that additional XP. I could probably get it up to like 56 or even 57 if I just kept doing these, but I don't really enjoy them that much, so 55 is a pretty decent spot to stop at. As for the last two skills, mining, probably my favorite skill to do that's remaining, just because it's, even though it's not fast, they do have some entertaining methods. For example, mining rune rocks for me is entertaining. I am competing to get a rune rock, and it's very valuable. So there's a little bit of uh, an edge to wanting to do it, as well as shooting stars. Obviously, you can tell I do have the full outfit, the prospector outfit, which you only get from shooting stars to a guild like this, and it didn't take me too long. Shooting stars is definitely a very slept on method. I strongly recommend it, especially if all you're doing is like mother lode mine. There's actually a lot better methods. And the last one, wood cutting. You can imagine I am doing the redwood wood cutting. In fact, I should be doing that while I'm just standing around. And I do a lot of redwood wood cutting. It's a lot of AFK time. I'm hitting like 60k an hour more or less, but it's completely AFK. I often look away from my screen, or I do it on mobile, and it's been very easy for me. So I do enjoy AFK wood cutting. I just realized I didn't bring my axe, so I'm a little embarrassed. But overall, yeah, my progress is good. For my final thing, I will be going over the last things that I completed, like in terms of quest diaries, show you my collection log, and future goals. So let me go ahead and put these away. I guess I can also show my bank. I think I'll quickly do that. As you can see, I don't have a lot of money, but I do have all the clue scrolls. I haven't done it. There's really not a lot here. A ton of birds' eggs that I've received from nests. Again, do your birdhouse runs if you can. Lovakite ore is from doing the Zaya favors. And of course, all the different kinds of minerals and nuggets that you get from mining in the mining guild. I do have 3 small iron. I need to just throw those away because I can't use them anymore. A lot of the event pieces. Graceful outfit is interesting always. Mystic cards. The Varrock armor one, the Falador shield one, the Rada's blessing one, and the Ardoin cloak one I was able to get, which is where I got a lot of my Slayer XP as well. There's not much else other than the outfits that I've also received, which is full rogues. I do have full graceful, which is a really nice outfit. And this is with the white guild, or the white recolor that you get from completing all of the favors of all the houses in Zaya. And then I had full carpenters from completing the getting some points from the Mahogany Homes side quest. Okay, so yeah, I do like my graceful a lot. So in fact, I'll wear it right now. Okay. I did get also expert mining gloves. That took a little bit. And I also have my Incando hammer, but I'm just chilling right now. Okay, the last thing I wanted to show is the pretty much whatever I had left here with the quests. I did complete 39 quests and have 72 quest points. Don't really have anything really to say here. There's really not many quests that I can do anyway. There were a few that I attempted, like Icthalern's Little Helper, and I'm sure I can complete a lot of these now, but I didn't really have interest. A Porcine of Interest also gave me Slayer XP. Partial completion of Recipe for Disaster also grants Slayer XP. And some of the mini quests, both of them. Okay. As for achievement diaries, as you saw, I completed the Ardoin, Falador, Karen, and Varrock. I have 100% favorite in all 5 of the houses. And lastly, we can look at the collection log. So as you can see, I have 164 million XP. Let's go ahead and check the collection log. So for the bosses, I think I only have access to 3 bosses as a skiller. The first one being Tempora. So let's go ahead and just look at that. I managed to get 3 dragon harpoons, 4 big fish, no tiny temper yet. Winter Tot's also right here. I managed to get everything except for the Dragon Axe and the Tome of Fire and the pet. Not very good luck here, but I did get a lot of the pieces, so I don't feel too bad about it. The other one would be Guardians of the Rift, which is not shown here. It's going to be the mini games. So let's look at the mini games really quick. Guardians of the Rift. I didn't do too well. I only closed 160 rips. Unfortunately, didn't get the full outfit just yet, but I don't really want to play it. I could still play it, and I probably will in the future, but I don't have a lot of fun with it, so I'm okay with my rune crafting right now. Now for the other ones I have here, I didn't complete anything here. Brimhaven, I did get a few tickets. Fishing Trawler, I did complete everything. It was pretty quick. Mahogany Homes, like we saw. The Rogue's Den, I was also able to get the full outfit. And Tide Farm, I was planning on getting the outfit, but once I got 99 farming, I kind of lost motivation. I don't really need that. I do recommend getting the herb sack for herbivore, and I also recommend getting basically the auto weed feature so that you can remove it at any time. Okay, I think that's really it. You already saw that I got 2 pets. Here with the other, let's go ahead and look at these. Aerial fishing, I did get 2 tenches. That's why I got the fish sack, and I was wearing it before. That one was definitely one of my more prized possession. I combined it with the fish barrel that you get from Temple Ross to get the fish sack barrel, and it's definitely one of the nicest cosmetic items I have. I also ended up getting the Pro Fly fishing rod in attempt to get another golden tench. Only 2 pets, like we mentioned. I did get the beaver twice, which is pretty funny. Motherlode Mine, there's your full prospector, and the gem bag. I don't need the coal bag. Random events, yeah, here are some. I didn't complete all the outfits. I did complete some of them. The Lederhosen, not really impressive. Full graceful, like we mentioned. Shooting stars, I did get both. Like I mentioned, I strongly doing shooting stars. Strongly recommend doing it. It's actually pretty fun. Skilling pets, we already talked about. And the last thing here, the Feral Scepter. I did end up getting 4 on my road to 99. I did about half of all my experience at Pyramid Plunder. So, yeah, I mean, that's pretty on par. And all of the mining gloves. I have a ton of Hespori seeds I wasn't able to get. And the Jarix Talisman. And the last thing is clues. I didn't do many, but I was able to complete a few as a skiller. 46 beginner clues. 28 easies. 7 mediums. I don't think I got many uniques here. A boater and a banner. I didn't complete any hards yet, and that's it. Now for the shared, I did get some pages and some teleports. And the Master Scroll book. Okay, thank you so much for watching. I'm just going to continue doing my skilling journey. Probably going to get 99 woodcutting and construction eventually. And eventually getting for the Quest Cape and Max. But for now, it was a nice way to update where I am at the game. Thank you so much for watching.